The inaugural season of the Owls men's soccer team is coming to a close. You only got two more games left. But before we get into like the close of the season and how the season went, let's just get some background information. Some people don't know, how you got to this point. So just starting with coach, I know you told your story 100 times, but how did you initially get into soccer?
I grew up playing, as a little kid. Both my older brothers played soccer and just a lot of other sports. So probably started about second grade. Started playing rec soccer outside, playing indoor soccer, traveling, things like that. Kind of got more serious on the club side leading into high school. Started to travel more, started to play with guys from outside our community. Obviously high school soccer, and then moved on and played 4 years collegiately at Blackburn College as well.
Okay, and Jacob, how did you get into?
Growing up, it was like the one sport that nobody in the family played, so I wanted to be different, and started picking it up when I was really young, like 4 or 5, and just kept progressing from there, up into club, into high school, and then out into college, and loved every minute of it.
So, coach, how were you able to turn your love for soccer into a coaching career?
Well, moving into college soccer, was a great experience. I had an awesome coach who taught me a lot and was a great resource for me to bounce ideas off and just soak in information. But I started helping him with camps a little bit, and I kind of was someone that I always thought was able to kind of direct on the field or the court, depending on what sport it was. And I kind of actually thought when I went and decided to go into education that maybe I coach basketball, because truthfully, even though I was playing college soccer, basketball was still my favorite sport. Just wasn't nearly as good as I was at soccer. So, but I quickly realized that my knowledge of soccer was kind of unique. I played for a great coach and it soaked some information in, and there's a lot of people that know a lot about basketball in a weird way. So moving into teaching, even when I student taught, I was helping the soccer team at the place that I eventually got employed at. So I just transitioned immediately into coaching high school soccer as soon as I still wasn't even out of college at the moment.
Okay, just kind of looked on the NCAA website and saw that you taught women's soccer for about 4 years at Blackburn. Is there like a major shift between coaching men's soccer to coaching women's soccer?
There's differences. There's differences from year to year, no matter what team you're coaching. If you're coaching men, you're coaching women. But a lot of the things that we did on the women's side in my 4 years at Blackburn, we're doing here. There's obviously some differences as well, but soccer, the game is the game. How you handle the team itself and the players, varies from season to season, and from men to women, there's differences.
Okay, and Jacob, so you're here at the W. You're the only senior on the team. What gave you the idea to come here as your final season of playing?
Well, I had a lot of friends here and at Mississippi State, and I was going to either come here or to State, and I decided whenever I heard that they were getting a program that I would come here, and it was a lot cheaper, so it was pretty easy once I figured out that they were having a program come, and I just wanted to be a part of it again. I want to be a part of soccer again, and so for my final season, I just decided to come give it a try.
So how was the transition from maybe your previous coaching style to coaching, being under Coach Gould?
He's a lot more easygoing. Normally I've had a lot harder, stricter coaches, which, that's not always the best way. I definitely agree with a lot of the stuff that Coach Gould does, and I think it's going to help the program in the long run.
So, Coach, your first season, how did you get here to the W? How was your journey here?
Well, I'd say for me, looking at kind of my professional background and really going back to college, I've been in the same community for 15 years. Went to Blackburn College for 4.5 years, by the time I student taught, which I did the student teaching in Carlinville, same community as Blackburn College. That went well, went away for a semester for technically my first full-time job, but while I was up north in northern Illinois, I was offered a job to go back to Carlinville High School and coach soccer as well and teach. So quickly went back to the same community. Taught in the classroom for 7 years. Had a lot of success coaching soccer, and I thought I want to see if I can find a way to get into the collegiate game. So I was looking and was very willing to leave the area, at that time, but it just worked out perfectly for me that the women's position at my alma mater opened up, and there it was, same town. Didn't have to move, didn't have to do anything. So went there for 4 years, and made some positive things happen within that program, and was then just kind of back to the same spot I was a few years ago of can I stretch myself, can I get into a new environment, can I learn some new things, and obviously coming to the W and being a part of the first soccer program is a major change, coming from where I was.
Was it kind of like a culture shock coming from north to down here to the south?
There's differences. I wouldn't say I was shocked by anything really. Columbus is actually a much larger community than where I was from. But there's a lot of great things going on in Columbus, a lot of great things going on at the W.
Okay. And Jacob, you've kind of been a leader here, being a senior, one of the only seniors on the team. I noticed last week when we were doing the Rise Against Hunger event, you were one of the few, if not only, player that stayed behind a few hours to continue to help. What was the importance of that community outreach that made you want to say, I'm staying here, I'm going to continue to help?
Well, at home we do a lot of that through the church, just like what they do here, and I love helping there, so why not help here and just try to show these guys that it's not about whatever you have at the dorm or whatever. It's about helping others that can't help themselves sometimes, and just try and show them that it's at the utmost important. If you don't have anything else, then there's no reason not to help. So, I didn't have anything else. We were supposed to have a game scheduled, and that ended up not happening. So I definitely had the time and definitely had the energy and ability. So there's no reason not to help whenever those people are in need.
Okay, thank you. So now we're going to jump into the subject matter at hand. First season for Owl Soccer. As a coach, what are your thoughts on the season and how it went and your goals and expectations?
We're winding down, 2 important matches left. Then we're going to keep practicing a little bit as long as we can through the month of November as well. Keep the guys together, focus on what we can keep doing on the field a little bit, but also really make sure we're putting the time in study sessions and things like that too as the semester comes to an end. But kind of looking at the season, we had growth from all the players from numbers 1 through 28 on the team. Everyone's gotten better. I think as a team, as the season's moved along, we've started to mesh more on the field. And I think you can see that even in some of the results where you'd say, well, that's a loss. Well, we scored 3 goals. That's a unique thing that we're starting to score goals as the season's moved along. And that shows that, there's a little bit more familiarity with the players and a little bit more familiarity kind of with formation and how I want to see us go forward. So that's been good. I think the other thing that's kind of an interesting thing to look back on and reflect on is kind of culture and kind of the habits that we're developing or forming in practices and games. And that's a work in progress. I think it is for every team, no matter where you are. But I think especially for us, with all the new guys that we brought in, there were certain things that I had on paper that I thought, this is what we want to do, what I want to do. Some of those things worked well, some things didn't work so well. We've made some adjustments, but I think it'll just be a lot of reflecting on what went well, what we want to keep pushing, what we want to change, and pass that along to JJ will be gone, but all the other guys as far as this is where we want to set our standard. We don't want to go back to this. We want to keep the bar, keep raising the bar for the program. So I'm excited for being able to kind of pause, look back, have a good spring session, and really reload in the fall and kind of see how much better we can keep moving.
Okay. And JJ, with this being your final season of play, what are your thoughts on the season?
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I've been a part of programs that were way more established than this one, and we didn't do as well as we have here. And getting results and doing the things that we've been doing on the field is a lot more special, especially now since it's an inaugural season. It's awesome to see. So I'm pretty much ecstatic about the season. It doesn't look good on paper, which is fine, but hopefully these guys see the future in it and see that they're doing amazing things so far, and they don't know what's to come. So keep going and keep pushing through and see what the future holds for them. So it's really awesome to see that we're doing well, as opposed to more established programs that are not doing so well.
Okay. So what's the next step for you?
I'm looking to go and get a master's in athletic training after I graduate. I'm graduating in the summer, this summer, due to an internship here. So that's a good opportunity for me. But looking to go and get a master's in athletic training and give back to the sport that's given back to me my whole life. So hopefully I'll end up somewhere around here whenever I'm looking for a job. But if not, it was awesome being here and experience Columbus and to experience the W. It's awesome, and so thankful for everything they've done.
Okay, well, you're not done yet. You got
That's
2 more
fine.
games. So, Pentecostal Christian is a team that you haven't played yet, but Oakwood was a team that you were able to get your first win. So what are your thoughts going into this weekend as a player?
So this weekend is pretty funny. It's the first time we've had back-to-back games in a while, so it's gonna be different as opposed to having a little time in between games and it being home and then being back-to-back. It's gonna be a little different. But Pensacola, we don't know anything. We don't know as much as we do about Oakwood, but we still go on with the same mentality. We want to win. We want to do well on the field, and we want to get better. So hopefully we can do those things against Pensacola, and then definitely with Oakwood, we're looking for our first home win. Obviously, we're looking for that against Pensacola, but we're definitely looking forward to Oakwood. So hopefully we can get that first home W and end the season on a high note.
Mm-hmm. And for you, Coach, what's your thoughts?
It's just another opportunity to throw the guys out on the field, test and see how well we've we haven't played a match, I guess, in a week now, 2 weeks. So it'll be a good opportunity to see if we've taken advantage of our practice sessions, if we've gotten better. Pensacola is a good club. They've got some good results against teams that have beaten us in very close matches. So I'm looking forward to a really competitive game Saturday. Sunday against Oakwood, we won on the road there. That was our first win and a really good day. But they gave us a lot of problems too. They've got some talented and really fast guys with pace and ability to score up top that gave us some issues. So definitely not someone that we can write off because they were up on us. They scored first and they really competed for a whole 90 minutes as well. So really just a good opportunity, like I said, to have more matches where our guys can get more time and keep getting better. And then, it's the last opportunity for people to come out and see us play. So, especially encourage everyone in the community to come out and watch us Saturday, Sunday, both days. It'd be great.
Okay. After this season is over with, how do you plan on expounding on some of the positives that you've done this year?
Well, I think especially once we're finished, like I said, we want to keep doing some things as long as we can through the month of November, but we really need to have, a lot of sit-down meetings with all the individual guys and kind of, it's important for me to reflect and get things on paper and think about the positives and the negatives and going forward, but it's also really important to have those conversations with the guys. If the 28 guys aren't on the same page as me and thinking the same things, we got to fix that. And I got to know what they want to do going forward and kind of what they think worked well, what didn't work well, what their thoughts are too. So it's got to be a collaboration, of the minds here going forward.
Okay. And anything that you want to add and let people know?
Yeah.
See you Saturday and Sunday, I guess.
Yep.
Would be a good
See you Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Man, thank you.
That went well.
Yeah.